Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the penultimate round of the DTM Trophy Championship. We're here for round 6. We've got 2 races for you this weekend, and we are at the Hockenheimring. Imagine this being like the pre-drinks to a party or a night out, ready for next week's finale. Well, someone who is already doing very, very well for their pre-drinks, that is Ben Green. He took pole position today, and he is 11 points clear in the championship now, and his championship rival is only 4th on the grid. So Tregurtha needing a big result today to try and close that championship lead. Oh, we're excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. I am like a box of frogs right now. The party bus was out on the grid there, and there were a few people dancing. Well, I say dancing, they were moving their body. That's about it. That says to me that it's DTM Trophy time, as we're just getting rid of some oil on the circuit before we embark upon our formation lap. How are we all doing in the chat? Get yourselves involved. Say hello. Let me know where you're watching from around the world and who you are supporting. Oh, it's going to be good. Also, there's a big hole on the grid there. Did Sebastian Cornely make it onto the grid there? That's another question. There's a car being wheeled off. That looks like that might be Nico Verdonk, you know. I don't think Nico Verdonk's starting this race, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, there's definitely a Toyota Supra, the far left. Yeah, there we go. So it doesn't look like we're going to have the Toyota start this race. That is a huge shame. So the start has been delayed here, and that is not ideal. Oh, well, Nico's got the car going now. Okay, maybe then he will be able to get onto the formation lap and get into his grid position, but more than likely he's going to start from the pits or from the back of the grid, which is a huge shame. This was caused by Mike Rockenfeller and Liam Lawson. They had a little bit of a coming together. Bits of car came up onto the track, or actually, no, hold on. It wasn't caused by those two. It was caused by Nico Verdonk on a formation lap then, or the lap going out to the grid. So I just assumed that was from the incident that happened between the two DTM cars. It isn't. It is Nico Verdonk then in the Toyota. And that is oil being spat everywhere. So that is a sick Toyota Supra, and not down with the kids sick, is in sick ill. Not good. So lots of Ben Green fans, by the way. Lots of Ben Green fans. Mr. 15JT, yeah, there's a lot of upset Belgians, that's for sure. Everybody's favourite Belgian. There's a lot of upset race fans, that's for certain. But yeah, start's delayed then due to this. They'll get this sorted, and then we're good to go. Huge shame. Gabriel watching from the Philippines, nice. Peter Schuster is a Tregurtha fan, nice. Well, everyone let me know in the chat then who we supporting, where you're watching from while we've got this delay. I'm watching the YouTube chat. I can say hello to everybody. So this shouldn't take too long, and then we're done. Porra, South Africa, nice. Destiny from Austria, nice. Melbourne, Mr. 15JT, nice. Ben Green from the Algarve, okay, John. Bit of a weird flex, but here we are. Have fun, mate. I'm here supporting the commentator, stop it. You're going to need some strong arms for that. So we've got a delay here. Nico Verdonk on his way to the grid was spitting oil everywhere, unfortunately. So we've got to make sure that the oil is indeed dried up. The last thing we want right now is for anybody to have an accident on something that the marshals knew all about. So they're just making sure that the oil is all sorted. And then we are good to go racing here. Safety first for the drivers. Safety is paramount. So Thea Uverhaus then, starting on the front row of the grid. Is he going to be able to hold Tregurtha up? Tregurtha has kind of been given a bit of a freebie here. With Nico Verdonk not starting from third position on the grid, Tregurtha with a chance to try and get up as close to Ben Green as he possibly can. There is your pole sitter. Ben Green for FK Performance Motorsport came into the weekend with an 8-point advantage in the championship, but with pole position and with Tregurtha not getting onto the top 3 in qualifying, it is now 11 points. So Ben Green's on 174, 163 then for Tregurtha. As Nico Verdonk for the Ring Racing outlet. So the car looks great. Are they going to be able to race, though? That's the question. Well, the driver is not in the car, so that says to me that it is not happening. Hona, welcome, man. So there is Tregurtha. He will start third position on the grid. And I guess the delay is going to be a little bit longer than we first thought. So again, bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a little bit of a delay here due to oil on the circuit. But again, of course, we have to go safety first with the drivers. Jan Zimmer then will effectively be promoted up into fourth position. But I don't think they'll be allowed to go into that slot. Starting alongside one of the race room gang, Moritz Lerner. And there he is, Moritz Lerner. Scaling tour, absolutely, let's hope so. This is race 1 of the weekend, EZT. Race 1. Cam, no idea how long the delay is. Don't worry, you guys will be the first to know. But looking by the grid here and how many people are indeed on the grid, it says to me it's not going to be too long. There's Lucas Maron, the Swiss Brazilian. The second most winningest driver in DTM Trophy history. Facts. Glenn, good work, good work. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. It's going to be a great weekend's racing, that's for sure. So now we are on to clean-up of the circuit. So it shouldn't take too long. There's Reinhard Koffler, fresh off of his race victory in Assen. What can he do today, though? A little bit further back, but the KTMs are looking feisty, looking quick. Has the most ballast on board, though, of course, because of the race victory. Last time out. And basically, at this point, anybody on track who can grab a broom is going to grab a broom and try and get this track nice and dry. Apparently, there's oil over half the circuit from the information I've just been given, which is not ideal. So bear with us. Get yourself some drinks. Get yourself some snacks. Racing action will unfold very, very shortly indeed. Matthias Salon then. Expected a bit more from him considering his pace in practice. Wasn't quite there. Are we going to see a different driver in the race, though? I would imagine so. Looked really quick in practice, like the quickest we've seen him so far in this championship. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes down. Yes, they are. Balanced on performance. They're going to run out of sand eventually. One of the perks of the job. Patrick. One of the perks of the job. There's Sterian Folev, the Bulgarian.
Yep.
Racing in the BMW. Impressive pace so far, considering he's never raced in this championship before. There's Laura Krahamer. For True Racing by Reiter Engineering. Looking to get another top 10 this season. The DJ bus was here, Mark. But the DJ bus has now had to go.
Okay, there will be a...
David Mihal Zherban, the Romanian, for Hella Pagid Racing 1.
Safety car restart.
So if you heard that, it says there's going to be a safety car restart. Sebastian Zielinski, what was my favorite sim? Ooh. Sophie Hoffman. That's a good question. iRacing, I guess, for me, actually racing. In terms of commentating on, probably Assetto Corsa Competizione or Race Room. There is a race delay, EZT. So one of the Toyotas on the way to the grid unfortunately had an engine issue and just spat oil all over the circuit. So, yeah, we've got to make sure that the track is all nice and cleared up for the drivers. So here we are. 4 races remain in this championship, 11 points between the 2 drivers. Pole position is our championship leader, Ben Green, P3 now, unless Nico Verdonk can magically get himself back out there with a car that works. We'll start effectively P3. Who's my favorite today? Ben, I would imagine Ben Green. He looks the fastest, and he's got no ballast on board, so he should be in a good spot, I would say. But in this championship, anyone could win at any one time. It is, yeah, it's a really exciting championship to be involved in, actually. So we're pretty much ready to go. All the drivers then putting their helmets on. As there is a BMW fan, that's for sure, holding up the flag. There we go. There's a wave. You gave it a good shot at your wave. Need some more enthusiasm, though. It's got to be a prize, most enthusiastic person at the track. As soon as they see themselves on camera, they should be going ballistic. So the start is still delayed here, ladies and gentlemen. Start of formation lap will begin in about 6 minutes. So there's still 6 minutes here. So yeah, we've got a delay for around about 6 minutes. There we go. Some enthusiasm. Wave. Dance. Get up. Or just do nothing. It's fine. Whatever. Rage Kid, yeah, sand or sawdust, whatever. It's anything that will soak it up, mate. Both will do the job. Sawdust probably do a better job. Looks like sawdust from here, from a distance. Zelensky, we have DTM, and we have the Touring Wagon Legends, or DTM Classic, so cars from 1986 to 1996. So safety cars just taking a lap around. We'll go through the pit lane, end up at the front once again. I think we're going to start under safety car. So whether or not that extends some laps later on into the race, who knows? Deafening Octopus, welcome back. Good to see you. So here we go, all getting strapped in. 3 minutes, 40 seconds until we begin. It's got that end of season feel for me. I'm really excited. This is great stuff. 4 races to go. Who's going to come out on top? Next week is the finale at the No Rise Ring. If any of you are going to the No Rise Ring, let me know in the chat because I'm going to be there. Be good to see a few of you. And if you're on the big screen when I'm there at the No Rise Ring, you better be waving. You better be dancing and getting excited. Mark Hedinger, who knows? Who knows, mate? Hopefully. Who knows? How many health points do these cars have? This is not a MMO. Rage Kid. Horsepower. You could check out the DTM website, dtm.com. There we go. There's some waving. There's some excitement. Richard A. Glad you're doing the dag jokes. Saves me doing them, I guess. Glenn Rochester, probably yes. Probably yes. Everything. So this morning we had a delay, but around lunchtime, there's like an hour break around circuit, and some of that time will be used to kind of close everything up to start the afternoon sessions on time. Now we've obviously had lunch, so yeah, that will mean every session now will be delayed by maybe 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. I'm commentating on all 3. I am commentating on all 3. So yeah, if it's delayed for you guys, it's delayed for me as well, but I'll be there. Here we go. So this is exactly what happened. We had the Toyota of Nico Verdonk, unfortunately, chucking out oil everywhere, which is not ideal. George Stufis, who paid you to do that? Was it me? Why hasn't the race started yet? Well, what you're seeing on screen right now, Vanessa, oil all over the circuit. And yeah, as you can see, it started from a long, long way away. And safety for the drivers is paramount. Got to make sure that they are, yeah, it's obviously very, very slippery on oil. And safety of the drivers is paramount for sure. It's wits, hopefully. I'm sure there are. No else. The calendar for DTM 2022 is live. So just search DTM 2022 calendar, and you'll be able to tell exactly what tracks you're at for next season. Mike Hipperson, he's not driving a jet engine. He's not driving an aeroplane, mate. Ben Green is on pole position. Theo Uverhausten is in second. Nico Verdonk and William Tregurtha are in third and fourth. Nico Verdonk is not starting this race, though, unfortunately. So that pushes Tregurtha up 1 position. So that is really the main factors of this race. We've got Jan Zimmer, Lerner, Mauron, Koffler, Salonen and Stefan Cox as your top 10. We're about to embark upon our formation lap here, ladies and gentle cars. It's about to get excited. So here we go then. Pace car's going to take us away here. You would like them to go to Portugal. I believe they are in Portugal next year, Pedro Sousa. Don't take that as confirmation from me, but yeah, if you have a look at the calendar, I'm pretty sure Algarve's on there. So who are we supporting then? Who do you want to see win this race? And where are you watching from around the world? While we're on the formation lap. So 2 cars, unfortunately, will not be starting this race. Sebastian Cornely, with a big smash in free practice, qualifying this morning, has not made it to the grid. And Nico Verdonk on the way to the grid is not going to be starting either. So we're down to 13, I think. Who we got here then? So we got Laura Krayhamer. BMW is just a thick car, fair enough. Tregertha, nice, from Denver, wicked. Avron from Northern India. Netherlands, I want to see a Moritz win. I think the whole world would implode if we saw a Moritz Lerner win. I'm an impartial commentator, but I'm pretty sure I'd lose my voice. Daytona Beach for Doc. How you doing, Doc? I'm a neutral as far as racing is concerned, but I'm here to support the commentator. God, there's too many people. You can't keep supporting the commentator, guys. My bosses are going to start asking questions. Watching from Sydney, Australia. Great commitment. Portugal, France, Norway, Canberra in Australia. Nice. Greece, South Africa. Bodense in Germany, Brazil, France, Dundee. Oh, wow. You guys are from all over the world. It's too quick to keep up with. Mexico, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, from the moon. Okay. Is it cold? The Forest of Dean. How you doing, Barmy? Here we go then. It's race time, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're starting under safety car, though. With 27 minutes of this race left here. So, yeah, effectively, we have started under safety car. We're about to go green light racing here. They are single file. And off we go. So there we go. There's lap number 1 done and dusted. And we're now in for the racing action. Ben Green will take us away. And the safety car hasn't pulled in, actually. So, that's, yeah, Ben got me all excited there. Safety car isn't in. So blame Ben Green for that. His dad's in the chat, so blame Howard. He got me all excited there, then I realised the safety car was still out on circuit. So we'll do another lap. We'll do another lap, guys, okay? Hong Kong, Jamaica, Norway, Dominican Republic. This is ridiculous. Okay, there's too many people. There's too many people now telling me where you're from. Well, hopefully you're enjoying what you're watching. Safety car is in this lap. So Ben Green, he got me all excited that one time. And now we're in for a second attempt here. So, yeah, 1 full lap again, and then we're good to go. Here we go then. So welcome to everybody watching right now. Just to paint a picture of the championship, Ben Green, who is your BMW at the front end, and number 10, who is going to start on pole position. He is 11 points clear in this championship to the car that's in 3rd position, William Tregertha. Tricky conditions here as well. Obviously, if you step offline, if you get onto the oil in this race, you could put yourself in a little bit of trouble here. So, yeah, expect people to be tentative on the first couple of laps. But on the flip side, there are going to be other drivers that are going to take chances because of that and try and gain some positions. So this is going to be a very interesting start to the race. Safety car is coming in. Palomar, yeah. Too many people talking. Get out. Well, you're making it difficult for me to respond. Yeah, the Audi is a beautiful looking car. So the Audi then is going to move away, and then we will get underway. Can Tregertha potentially get up into P2 sooner rather than later and have that duke out with Ben Green? We want to see them two going side by side. We want to see them firing on all cylinders together in this race, that's for sure. Just a couple of corners to go then. 24 minutes, 30 seconds left of this race. I'm wondering whether we actually might have a couple of extra laps added to the end. DTM had 3 laps added to the end So it might well be the same here for these. As the safety car is in then, and it is now round number 6 in his race number 11 of the season. And Ben Green has gone. Theo Uberhaus is second, and Will Tregurtha then does indeed, of course, sit in third spot. Jan Zimmer in fourth, Lerner fifth, Maron in sixth, and again, being single file, we're not going to expect to see too much excitement until we get on the exit of turn number 2. Very close up then of Salonen, who is just dropped back actually off of the front 7 as we come up then towards turn number 2. Are we seeing any moves? Yes, we are. We are seeing a move there from Lucas Maron. Lucas Maron trying to get involved here with Reinhard Koffler. Reinhard Koffler side by side with him, and they are going to run all the way down then to the hairpin together. And actually, Reinhard Koffler will have to sit in behind Maron, the Audi, then with a very quick car in a straight line. You watch this car; it should close up to the back of Lerner. Actually, under braking though, may struggle ever so slightly. Front 3 have kind of got a little bit of a gap there. And actually, it's a mistake, big mistake by Theo Uberhaus. Does get onto the oil, and I thought drivers may take some chances here. And there you go, under braking on the oil, and Tregurtha is going to take P2, but look at this then, the BMW with that pace advantage in a straight line is going to retake the spot through the flat-out right-hander. Tregurtha, I think, needs to get this done. He needs to try and find this little gap to make a move. Jan Zimmer's going to try and take full advantage because now Tregurtha is boxed in and he isn't quite able to take that spot. And wow, Theo Uberhaus then, because of course he's got no ballast in his car, he is able to just about drive away here, whereas Tregurtha's got a little bit of ballast in the car, finishing third last time out. So one small mistake then from Uberhaus, and ultimately still manages to hold on to the position. That could have been close, and that could have been the opportunity for Will Tregurtha, but the big story here is that Ben Green is now leading by 1.5 seconds here, and if he can win this race, he will be extending that championship lead going into tomorrow's race. Only 3 races remain after this one, so you really feel that Tregurtha needs to be definitely finishing second in this race at the very minimum, and potentially putting on that pressure to Green himself. Ooh. Great bit of camera work there as well through the middle sector. Absolutely love to see it out the hairpin. And Jan Zimmer all of a sudden is right on the back of that AMG as well. Any moves or shakes being happening here? Nope. Hoffman down into P13, Gerban 12th, Krayheimer in 11th, Stefan Coxton in that final points paying position. Folev up to 9th, by the way, so already gained a spot. Well, gained a spot through Nico Verdonk, but also gained a spot in terms of the race as well. So Folev having a very, very good first outing in the DTM Trophy. Down in towards the hairpin they will come once again here with 21 minutes 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Theo Uberhaus though, yeah, he's not under too much pressure here. Jan Zimmer, by the way, is right up the chuff pipe here of that AMG. Tregurtha then having to take a tight line, and Uberhaus has made a mistake once again. So he's run wide here, but again, he's a little bit further ahead than he would have been last time out. So ultimately, he is going to be in business here. And actually a mistake there from Jan Zimmer as well. Moritz Lerner in that red BMW in the background in P5, trying to potentially find himself a little snifter of an opportunity. Not quite able to do so. 1.3 seconds still the advantage, by the way, for Ben Green. So he's not actually being able to drive away here. And this might be a clever ploy from him as we see, oh dear, that is not good. That is not ideal in the slightest, unfortunately. So Sophie Hoffman at the back of the grid then because of that little spin there. But yeah, but what I was going to say, Ben Green not really driving away here, but we know that the BMWs tend to struggle with tyre wear later on in the race, and this might be a ploy of, look, let's just keep a second ahead. My championship rival is third position, and maybe I can save something for when, indeed, the time comes if Tregurtha gets into P2. He may not need to. You know, Theo Uberhaus may hold on to this position, but ultimately it might be a ploy of, look, let's just save these tyres. We know that we're going to struggle against the AMG later in this race, so let's not try and push too hard here as Reinhard Koffler then trying to make some advances on Lucas Maron. The front 5 have kind of got away here just ever so slightly with Moritz Lerner then in P5. Moritz Lerner would love to get on the podium today. It would be his first podium of the season. Be a great story, and I'm sure that the people in the chat, the fans, would not begrudge him. They'd be super, super excited for that. So down in towards the hairpin we will go, and yeah, Tregurtha, if anything's dropped off. I don't know what's going on with Ben Green, but he has really been caught here. So is there an issue? Again, that every driver's being just a little bit more tentative because of that oil on the circuit. Of course, we're not going to see the most outstanding of lap times for sure because of that reason here. Is Jan Zimmer, this would be the dream for the BMW drivers. He's going to send one up the inside here towards the stadium section, and he's going to go through that corner too tightly, which means he's going to be slow on the exit. And Tregurtha, well, as much as he's kept hold of the position, he's lost a lot of time to the front two. So Tregurtha now, again, just battling to really keep his car in check here. Moritz Lerner right up and behind Jan Zimmer here. No love lost between those two, that's for sure. They will battle for tooth and for nail. So as it stands then, Ben Green still leading the way. Uverhaus, imagine Uverhaus gets his first ever victory today. 16 years old. Has he got the pace? I feel like over the last couple of laps he would have gained confidence. Early in the race, Ben Green just drove away. But now, I think Uverhaus may feel like he's got the pace to win this one. Lucas Mauron defending for his life here with Reinhard Koffler in behind. Matthias Salonen now has just grabbed onto the back of this little group here. Reinhard Koffler just flashing his lights again, just to let Mauron know he's there. Just saying, yeah, how you doing, mate? You all good? But you've got to be careful. By the end of this race, they'll have no battery left. That was Nico Verdonk last time out in Assen, as they all come through turn number 2. Mauron runs a little bit wide, but able to indeed open up the corner nicely and get on the power relatively early. Again, that Audi in a straight line is an absolute whippet. Unfortunately, the KTM not so much. And as you can see here, Matthias Salonen in the background, right in the background, being covered off there by Reinhard Koffler. And Salonen's going to move over here to open up the hairpin. Front 5 are all in nice contention. Look how late the Expo could go on the brakes there. Contact, I think there was, between Mauron and Reinhard Koffler. It looked like they were going to have contact with each other, but they might have got away with it. As we see then Uverhaus still closing up onto Ben Green. No, they didn't have contact in the end, so they did stay in check. That looked like Reinhard Koffler was going to pit maneuver Lucas Mauron. Ben Green then, both running wide there. Theo Uverhaus maybe running a little bit further wide. Ended up in the Nürburgring, he ran that wide. And we head into the stadium section here, the number 34. Well, I tell you what, he really is closing in. And this is perfect, really, for Tregurtha. If he can get side by side with Ben Green here and potentially make some moves, there's an opportunity for Tregurtha to catch up as a late lunge up the inside here by Reinhard Koffler. Oh, that's beautiful. Completely caught Mauron napping. And Reinhard Koffler says, thank you very much, I'll have that position. Don't leave the door open for me. Absolutely centered up the inside. Delightful move there by Reinhard Koffler, who has really given us some cracking entertainment over the last few weeks. But yeah, great move. Move of the day so far for me. Jamie Madison, Ryan, there is track limits, don't worry, they'll be getting warnings. They're pretty strict on the old track limits around in the DTM Trophy, that's a fact. This must be your first time watching. So look at this then, Mauron just, doesn't get the car turned in early enough, and then there was a car there that he couldn't turn in. Reinhard Koffler, take a bow, brilliant stuff. So as you can see then, it's still Ben Green that leads, and actually, if anything, he's kind of found a bit more pace here. Jan Zimmer looking for a little nibble up the inside then of Tregurtha. A little bit of contact here, and actually, looks like Moritz Lerner maybe able to find something here. So Reinhard Koffler off the circuit you will go. The Audi again with that straight line speed should be a bit of a freebie as they come up towards this sweeping right-hander. Moritz Lerner, looked like he's going to go for a dive there, decided against it. Look at that, look at Lucas Mauron trying to hold the inside there. Reinhard Koffler with a late lunge up the inside, and they come through side by side. Salonen now also trying to get involved. I don't think he's quite got the poke to get the move done. Through the right-hander they come, and Reinhard Koffler with another stellar move, made a big mistake. Salonen's off into a different country, but ultimately just stays behind these two. And Reinhard Koffler, after making a huge error, manages to get back up into what will be P6. And what a ding-dong they're having there. They're losing so much time by doing it, but keep cracking on. This is enjoyable. Love it. Ben Green now leading by just shy of a second, so he's starting to find his feet once again. Tregurtha not really closing up on Uverhaus. He's got so much pressure behind from Zimmer and Moritz Lerner. But Lucas Mauron then is now under pressure here from the AMG. So Salonen potentially going to get involved. And this is huge news in terms of the championship, because Matthias Salonen is actually racing for CV Performance Group, and they are 3 points behind FK Performance Motorsport. So the AMG team need both drivers to be gaining as many positions as possible. So Reinhard Koffler then tries to indeed hold on to the position. Mauron with that speed advantage down towards the hairpin, but then runs really deep under braking. And then Mauron again gets the move done, but then leaves the door open, and the KTM just goes, yep, okay, thank you, I'll come back through. Cheers. And the Audi then not able to turn left at all because there's a KTM there. Brilliant stuff from both of them. So perfect driving from Koffler, left the perfect amount of room as well. As we are looking now at the battle for that final podium position. 14 minutes to go, and it's looking more and more likely that Ben Green and Theo Uverhaus are indeed looking pretty safe here for their top two. Tregurtha then in third position, but he's got two BMWs right up and behind him. So the front five as it stands: Ben Green, Theo Uverhaus, then we have got Tregurtha, Zimmer and Moritz Lerner. Then a further 5 seconds back, we've got Reinhard Koffler, Mauron and Salonen. Then we've got Stefan Cox and Folev in 9th and 10th. So Stefan Cox actually has moved up into 9th position. Folev's dropped down into 10th spot. Krahamer then in 11th, Gerban in 12th, and then Sophie Hoffman after that very unfortunate spin earlier on into P13. So Ben Green now definitely found his feet for sure. And again, it would have taken a couple of laps for every driver here. Of course, you know, doing a couple of formation laps is all well and good, but you still don't realise the level of grip you've got with all the oil that's been left on the circuit. So really, you've got to find it during the race, and yeah, to hold on to the lead and also find the grip levels. He's the first one to travel across it as well. So obviously, if he makes a mistake, everybody else behind him can kind of counteract that by braking a bit earlier. But since he's found his way around this circuit, since he's found all of the grip that he needs, he's been able to just drive away effectively. But also the track is going to get faster and faster as the oil gets taken away. Laura Krahamer then does indeed have a last warning. So black and white flag then for track limits. Next time there's a warning, it will be a 5-second time penalty. So Lucas Mauron then, not really able to keep tabs with Reinhard Koffler here. Koffler in P6, just driving away from these two. And I think you'll find that the Finn, Matthias Salonen, needs to really charge towards this Audi, try and get that spot, try and help his teammate out for the points. As again, they all run wide through turn 10. If you don't run wide through turn 10, it's you don't get invited to the party. Folev now with a black and white flag as well for track limits. And they're all going to start to get warnings there for sure. Around the final couple of corners then. Again, still on board with Salonen. Try to put that pressure on the Audi. As well, that's a line from Johan Zimmer. Off to Narnia. Keeps the car in check. Moritz Lerner will probably be on the radio there going, hold on, what's going on here? Moritz Lerner will feel like he can go off and attack Tregurtha. This is the first time, like, everybody says, oh, the BMWs are so dominant in this championship, and they just really haven't been this season. This is the first time where we're looking at the sharp end and there's like 4 BMWs out of the top 5. So this is, yeah, you always feel like they've probably got the most pace over one lap, but in terms of race pace, they just haven't really. But ultimately, at Hockenheim, they really do look good, really do look strong. So up then towards that sweeping right-hander again with the DTM sassy cam, as I like to call it. With only 10 minutes remaining here. These three have been duking it out pretty much for the entirety of this race. Tregurtha looking at the lead driver in a championship just drive further and further away. He's going to be a bit gutted with that. And the tyres now are going to start to scream. So they've done a good 17 minutes of hard racing on these tyres now. So minus the 2 safety car laps again. Are we going to get an extra couple of laps in this race? I would imagine so. Jan Zimmer just half a second behind Tregurtha, whose tyres are going to go off the quickest, really. Again, historically, we know it's the BMWs, especially last season. This season, maybe not as much, but still has been the case. There's Mauron then under pressure from Salonen. Are we going to see the Finn finally make a potential move here? As we look at Ben Green. Well, that's one for the cameras, isn't it? Up on 2 wheels. Just about hanging on to the curbing. Theo Uverhaus just in behind. Again, Tregurtha having to deal with Jan Zimmer here. Moritz Lerner will be really hoping for a potential top 5. Is that going to be a possibility, though? That's the question. Moritz Lerner has had 1 podium in DTM Trophy. He has also had 3 top 5s. Is he going to make it 4 here? That's the question. But he'd love to make a couple of overtakes here and potentially move right up the order. 8 minutes to go. Ben Green leading by, well, just under a second now. So Uverhaus maybe starting to come back in this situation, which is relatively exciting. And as much as Theo Uverhaus is running in a BMW, the same as Ben Green, I don't think that there's any situation in the world where you're stopping a 16-year-old from making an overtake. They are both different teams as well. So Theo Uverhaus is Volkenhorst Motorsport, which you will probably... Oh! Don't want to put your left rear into there, Moritz. You'll learn from that for sure. But yeah, Theo Uverhaus, there's no team orders. Like, he will, if he gets an opportunity, make an overtake on Ben Green. So I'm excited to see Uverhaus close up the gap here. That'll be pretty cool between the two of them. I think we'll see a proper ding-dong for sure as well. So through the flat-out left-hander then of turn number 5. And Tregurtha, maybe, just maybe starting to catch up to the front 2 here. Are the BMWs starting to drop off with their tyre wear? He's got a bit of a gap to the 2 behind him. And the 2 in front maybe just slowing down ever so slightly. Green definitely being caught by Uverhaus. But I think that Will Tregurtha in that AMG is the fastest car out of the front 5 as it stands. Uverhaus might be in a little bit of trouble. Could those racing lines be wider? Yes, there's plenty more room out to the left and right, Ryan. Don't ask a silly question, because you'll get a silly answer. Through the final couple of corners, then we will come. And yeah, Tregurtha for sure now is gapping the 2 behind him and actually caught up by 2 tenths to the group in front. So what he needs really is Uverhaus to catch up and just go side by side for a couple of corners here. And then we could see a 3-way battle for the lead here. I think Lerner realizes now that he's probably the faster of these 2. Needs to try and get up to the top 4. And yeah, Uverhaus is just closing in at a rate of knots here. It's now 7 tenths between the front 2. And for sure, Uverhaus is closing in. 5 minutes to go, plus any potential extra laps that we have. It just looks like Uverhaus is able to make such a... Oh, there we go. Moritz Lerner goes for it. Move up the inside. He realizes he's faster, pins that apex. They are going to drag race here. As off wide goes Jan Zimmer. Zimmer comes back on, and we'll have the outside line then through this right-hander. Moritz Lerner is, of course, going to keep that car in there for sure, and he's forced Jan Zimmer to be on the brakes very, very late there. Opens up then the next part of the circuit. Jan Zimmer's going to run out wide. Moritz Lerner says, thank you very much. Nobody home, and takes the position. Great drive in there from Moritz as the race room crowd go wild. Fantastic move there. Jan Zimmer tried his best, but just went too deep under braking, and that was all she wrote. Moritz Lerner up to P4. Theo Uverhaus now 6/10 behind Ben Green. That is closing up. It really is. Tregertha's had a terrible lap here, by the way. 7/10 he's lost so far. So as we head then towards the last 4 minutes of this race, it's now 6/10. Theo Uverhaus is catching. Here we go. Battle for the lead is going to happen, I think. It's the front five then have kind of all spread out a little bit here. Tregertha being the middle car now of the two groups of two. He is the meat in this BMW sandwich. Uverhaus then 7/10 behind Moritz Lerner. How much more pace have you got? Already gapped Jan Zimmer here sufficiently enough to not be under pressure down in towards the braking zone. Ben Green, though, still holding that lead. Runs a little bit wide here. He is struggling on these tyres. He is struggling. The last thing he wants to see right now will be 3 laps remaining once it goes to 0. We've seen that a couple of times now with safety cars in DTM and DTM Trophy, which I really like the idea of. Again, this camera here is mind-blowing as well. But the last thing Ben Green wants right now is to see that 3 extra laps here. I don't think he's too comfortable on these tyres right now, whereas I think Theo Uverhaus, I think he'll be happy to race another 20 laps, although I'm pretty sure that is going to be a warning here for Theo. That's maybe the 3rd or 4th time that he's run out that wide. Ben Green also running wide here as well. And Tregertha, really, the only hope for him to gain any positions here would be for these two to go side by side and slow each other down. 1 lap, Carlo player. Normally it's 1 lap, but because we've got a safety car here, you might see an extra couple of laps added on. So, yeah, not been decided as of yet. I've had no confirmation as to what's going on, so yeah, we will find out at the same time as me. We will all find out together. So through turn number 1 we go. And again, Green, has he saved anything here? Is he now going to be able to just put these last couple of laps together and not be in any trouble? So he just seems to be struggling to get the car stopped. His exit speed's been pretty good, but it's getting the car stopped into the corner. So can Theo potentially close up enough here? Again, he's been able to get to within sort of 0.6 of a second. But then it's just been sort of hitting a brick wall there as Ben Green runs a little bit wide once again. But then Uverhaus again not able to get the power down. So here's the replay of the... No, I don't think this is the race start. I don't know what this is a replay of, to be completely honest. Oh, okay, so I think, yeah, but so not only did I get caught out by Ben Green, drive-through penalty for Ben, is that for Ben Green? Oh, Ben Green's got a drive-through penalty for failed to keep the distance behind the safety car. So not only did he catch me out, because I thought it was going to be the race start here, he caught the whole grid out. So he definitely was too far behind, and now he's got to serve a drive-through penalty. And now this puts the ball into the court of William Tregertha. Oh, drama here in the DTM Trophy. So he's going to fall right down the order. How many positions will he lose? Will he still be in the top 10? I'm not sure. But this is going to give Theo Uverhaus his first ever victory in DTM Trophy. 16 years old, ladies and gentlemen. And Uverhaus is potentially going to be a DTM Trophy winner. So there must have been a miscommunication there, because it's such an obvious error, isn't it? Not keeping the right distance. Maybe he thought it was only going to be 1 lap, and Didn't realise it was going to be 2. That is just such an uncharacteristic mistake there from Green, and I think you'll find that he has saved something in these tyres, by the way, because now he realises he's got to just drive away. He's a lot quicker. He is finding that extra time now. But ultimately, this is going to put Ben Green right down the order. He's going to have to take it on this lap, I would imagine, or suffer the consequences of a bigger time penalty. So we've got 2 laps remaining here, and Ben Green's going to have to serve a drive-through penalty. Well, we just saw the wing mirror there of a car, so we are getting the camera from a car each lap. That is exceptional, DTM. But you've just given away your tricks now. You just saw the mirror. Smoke and mirrors. It's just mirrors, this one. Theo Overhaus may be closing in once again. And so the drama here in the DTM Trophy continues every single week. It's something goes down. And this, Tregurtha is going to be gifted, absolutely gifted, the chance to close this championship lead up. I don't know how many positions Green's going to lose here. He is not coming in this lap, so I guess he's decided not to take it. We're going to head on to the final lap now. So this is going to be the final lap of today's race. And he has not taken a drive-through penalty. So I'm wondering now, that might be a complete disqualification here. I'm sure the team will indeed appeal the decision, of course, as you would expect. But ultimately, right now, he has not taken the drive-through penalty. So Theo Overhaus, the number 34 here, is going to be your race winner, indeed, if he doesn't make a mistake here. 16 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Theo Overhaus. What a day this could be for the Hockenheimring Motorsport driver. The German on home soil. He has been exceptional this season. Again, learning his trade, getting faster and faster and faster. And whenever he's qualified well, mixed it up with the top drivers, he absolutely has delivered here. And wow, I'll tell you what, there's been, I think, a coming together here between Salonen and indeed Mauron, because all of a sudden Stefan Cox is involved here, battling for that P7 position. So I wonder what's gone down there. They've definitely made a mistake, because I think Stefan Cox was a fair few seconds behind, flashing of the lights there. Oh, they know you're there. You're a big, bright purple car. Through the hairpin we come. And Mauron runs wide. Salonen not able to take advantage here. As the front 2 then are coming up towards the final couple of corners here at the Hockenheimring. Under pressure, by the way. Tregurtha, I think he's going to be okay, but Lerner is not far behind him. Another lap, and Tregurtha may have lost another position. But ultimately, I think he's going to gain second spot. So as we come around the final few corners here, Ben Green leads this race, but he's not going to win it. It's going to be Theo Overhaus. Around the final corner we come then, and Ben Green is going to take the checkered flag here, but he has not taken a drive-through penalty. Theo Overhaus is going to take the checkered flag and win the race. 16 years old, ladies and gentlemen, and picks up a race victory in the DTM Trophy 2021. The Hockenheimring Motorsport driver has got such a bright future, and it begins here at the Hockenheimring. Fantastic drive from Theo. Congratulations to him. William Tregurtha is going to finish in second position. Moritz Lerner is going to get a podium. He's going to finish up on the third spot then. It looks like Mauron did indeed win that group, the battle with Salonen just in behind. We can see that Kramer here trying to get that final point drag racing with Folev. Folev on his debut in the DTM Trophy, the Bulgarian. I know there's lots of you out there supporting Folev. He's got his first point in his first race of asking. Zurban then is going to finish in 12th position in the Audi. And then we've got Hoffman in 13th position. Again, I am sure that Ben Green's team are 100% going to be fighting that decision. That's for sure. But as it stands, Overhaus does take P1. Ben Green finishes down in 9th position. So I guess they've worked out how much time would have been lost. He's going to finish in 9th spot. But Overhaus is your race winner, ladies and gentlemen. Tregurtha second, Moritz Lerner is in third. What a day for the young German, Theo Overhaus. Remember the name, ladies and gentlemen. Big future ahead of him, for sure. So there's Tregurtha then, gifted second position, and I believe with how the points work, he is going to take the lead of the championship. So he was staring down the barrel. He was staring down the barrel of being 21 points behind. And I think now he is going to be 4 points ahead. Theo Uverhaus then, his first ever victory for Volkenhorst Motorsport, takes P1, Tregurtha P2, Lerner in P3, Jan Zimmer P4, Reinhard Koffler in 5th, then Lucas Maurer on 6th, Salonen 7th. We have then got Stefan Cox in 8th, Ben Green, who led from start to finish, but unfortunately did have a drive-through penalty, in 9th position then in the end. Then we've got Folev, debut points scored then for Folev. Krahamer in 11th position, Sherban in 12th, Hoffman is in 13th. And I super hope that we do indeed get a championship graphic. But to work it out right now, Ben Green would have scored 3 points in this race, putting him on 177. And Tregurtha would have got himself onto 180. Well, how did he put 18 points? Yeah, 181. So right now, I think Tregurtha has taken the lead by 4 points in the championship. So he was looking down the barrel of a 21-point deficit behind. Now he's going to be 4 points in the lead. Mind-blowing. So there we go. The race room gang must be out in force here. Where are the race room gang out? Moritz Lerner's on the podium. Although it does look like he's borrowed his dad's race suit. Uverhaus, look at him. He's so excited. Everybody's so happy. I am so happy. I am chuffed to bits for him. What a day. We just got a flash there of the best dressed man at DTM, Ollie Sittler. Tregurtha going straight over to Theo to say well done. Absolutely love to see that. And there you go. So, wow, it's actually 5 points then. So Will Tregurtha is going to take the championship lead with 181 points. Ben Green now 5 points behind. Again, I'm sure that there will be an appeal put in against that. So we'll find out tomorrow more information. But as it stands, it's 5 points between the front two. And, well, Tregurtha would not have been thinking with 3 laps to go in that race, oh, I could be leading this championship. He was going to be looking down the barrel at a 21-point deficit. But it is now his championship lead. Third position then to the race room gang driver, Moritz Lerner. P2 then is going to go to William Tregurtha, another driver of the race room gang. The sim racing drivers coming out in force. But the day belongs to this young man here, Theo Uverhaus. His first ever victory. What a day in that young German's life. Congratulations.
Ganz genau, Siegerehrung zum 11. Lauf der DTM Trophy und wir fangen an mit dem drittplatzierten FK Performance Motorsport im BMW, die Startnummer 11, Moritz Lerner. Herzlichen Glückwunsch! Platz 2, einer der heißen Titelanwärter aus Großbritannien im Mercedes von CV Performance unterwegs. Rang 2 für William Trigger. Herzlichen Glückwunsch. Walkenhorst Motorsport heißt das Team unseres siegreichen Fahrers. Und wir begrüßen auf dem Podium Jörg Müller, der Teamkoordinator, und Theos Fahrzeugingenieur. Gratulation! Und damit kommen wir zum Mann mit dem breiten Grinsen. Der erste Sieg für den 16-jährigen Theo Überhaus. Herzlichen Glückwunsch! So, und damit der Moment unvergesslich wird, gibt jetzt für den Sieger Theo Überhaus die deutsche Nationalhymne. Yes, was für ein Tag, was für ein Rennen in der DTM Trophy. Jungs, ihr habt euch die Trophäen verdient. Please take your trophies and lift them up into the air. Moritz Löhner auf Rang 3, William Trigger, unser Zweitplatzierter. Jörg Müller als Teamvertreter für Walkenhorst Motorsport und Fahrzeugingenieur für unseren Sieger Theo Überhaus. Gratulation.
Tell you what, for someone who's 16 years old, he certainly knows how to spray a bottle of champagne. Someone's been practicing in their bedroom, haven't they? Fair play.